In this video, we're going to upload this website to GitHub. The site consists of various pages. It's a portfolio website, some JavaScript, some CSS, and so on. Now, I've already put it inside a Visual Studio folder. I keep a standard folder, empty folder, and with a solution file, and it's got the .vs and the other associated files. So this will open in Visual Studio. Just to keep on here for a minute, you need a repository, a local repository for all your GitHub files. I've done some Dreamweaver here. I tend to back mine up. That would be my master for Dreamweaver. And then here is going to be my, well, it's been my master up until now, but now during this process we'll put all these files into a different folder and I can back up. Because I've already done a couple of versions, I've already done a couple of backups. Okay, let's go have a look and see where this comes from. I have pinched really Paul Trani's file from LinkedIn Learning. I'm a teacher at a state school in New South Wales in Australia. Students have a license for LinkedIn Learning, and so if they log in with their education account, they are able to view the tutorials here and download the files. Great tutorial, Paul. Very good for students. Okay, back in Visual Studio. Now, sometimes when you load this up, you get this error where the whole solution doesn't load and you end up with just one file. Let's look at the Solution Explorer. Just one file in the Solution Explorer. You can't see any of your other files. That tends to happen when you have a long file address. What I tried to do was shorten that address. That can't be done. I'm working, by the way, on OneDrive for New South Wales State Government students. Great system. It means you can view your files instantly on several machines, school and home. Now, if you get that problem, just delete the contents of the .vs file. Now, at the moment we can see that, but if I wasn't viewing hidden files, so under the View item, View Hidden Files, open that and delete all of the contents. I might do it right now just so that we know that it doesn't upset things too much. Okay, done. Right, we are open in Visual Studio. There. Now, I've also got mine set up that when I view my index file, I can either view the source or split it or view the design view. So, how do I do that? Up in, I need to set the default view in Visual Studio to be the web form editor. Set that as default and you'll always get these options down the bottom. Now, if yours is splitting horizontal and you want it to split vertically, go to Tools, Options, and down to the Web Form Designer, and you can click that box to view vertically. Split vertically. All right, with that done, we now will look at our Team Explorer, and this is where the GitHub information appears. Now, you will not have that if you have not loaded the GitHub extension. So in Visual Studio 2019, that comes under Extensions. It's slightly different location in Visual Studio 2017. If you click Online rather than Installed, you should see the extension and you can load it. It'll require a restart of Visual Studio. All right, we are now going to create an online, a repository, a local repository for this. Okay, and that will download the existing files. Hang on, I haven't created an online one yet. Let's do that first. So let's go to, that was one that I had just done. Let's go back here to bwaddle. Let's create a new repository. I'm actually going to, can I copy that file name? There we go. Yep, copy. Let's create a new repository, and I'm going to call it the same as that. No, I didn't copy. Yes, okay. I'll have to remember it. It was LIL for LinkedIn Learning. It was, okay. It was 49 because I tend to put all my projects under different numbers. Let's do capitals, LIL for LinkedIn Learning. It is portfolio, and it is Visual Studio. Actually, I think I want to have that Visual Studio here as opposed to Dreamweaver, and it's a demo. Well, let's just leave it like that. Okay. I don't want a license, but if it was a bigger project, I would certainly consider one of these licenses, probably GNU. I am going to add a README file and create the repository. So that is going to be my link, which I will copy, keep on my clipboard. Let's go now, let's have a look, and yes, I've got README file in there. Okay. Let's go to here, and I'm going to have a similar name. Well, I don't want to write path. That'll probably do. Description, I'm just going to write demo at this stage. And this is going to, it's not private, this is going to, I need to check my Git repository. It's in OneDrive and it is in Git. Okay. Now if that's the case, when I create, it is going to create a directory with that name in here. These have got Paul Try, so I should be able to see it when it's done. Let's see whether it is actually, did I click create? Maybe I didn't click it. Oh, it already exists. Okay, let's create demo. My mistake. Create. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. So that's, looks like it's working over here with my output showing what's going on. Back in Git, I now have a demo folder there. Alright, that demo folder should have the README file. There it is. So it's already pulled down what I need from GitHub. But I'm going to take this hidden files off and copy the rest of these items. Control all, select all the items, copy, and I'm going to paste them into the demo file. Paste. Here we go. Now, it'll probably want to overwrite some of these folders. I'm not going to replace, I'm going to skip those files. I think it wants to overwrite the .git folder, maybe with old locations. So there we are. Alright, back here in Visual Studio, whoops, Visual Studio. I need to close this one because I'm no longer reading from that site. I need to come back here and open my new site from the solution file. Oh, sorry. And that may take a little while to open. While we're doing that, let's look at the index file locally in Chrome. You can see it's got the local path. It has got a title of dashes, portfolio dashes, Nev. We are not there in Visual Studio just yet. When we do get here, I'm going to make a change, take those dashes out, and we'll have a look at the changes locally and up on GitHub. Alright, so our new site has opened. It has taken on the name of the folder which I had there, and I can see my index file here, exactly as it would normally be. We have opened the repository there, and here we go. Right, let's now look at the Team Explorer, which is going to be what we'll use to update our changes. So let's have a look at what changes there are, and it calculates 34 changes. That makes sense because online we have one file, and in Visual Studio we have many files, as can be seen here from the Solution Explorer. Alright, we're going to initial upload. We have to put in a commit comment, and we're going to commit all and synchronize. Away it goes. It will probably take a while to do this, and we should see what's going on down here in the output folder. Maybe, oh. Okay, let's go back. While we're waiting for that, let's look for, there's our title here. So when this is done, I'm going to change the title. That's successfully synchronized. Okay, wonderful. Let's go have a look at the folder up here. Just one file. Refresh. And, oh dear, refresh. Am I in the right file? Let's go back to B1. No, I'm in the wrong folder. Let's go to here. And that's the one where I should be looking. And here we go. We've got all of these files. We now have two commits. The first was when we originally created the file. And now we've done the initial upload. Alright, let's go back here. Let's make a change. We'll take those dashes out of there. Control S. At the moment, my local one has got dashes in the title. Let's go back to the file. And if I, hang on, let's go back to here and refresh, and the dashes come out of here. Right, let's go back to Visual Studio, home on the Team Explorer page, have a look at the changes, and there is one change in the index file. That makes sense. So I have changed the title. In index. Let's commit all and sync, and hopefully that will go up onto GitHub. Have a quick look. Pushing. And so we've got that title changed. Just waiting. We'll have a look up on GitHub here, here. And if I refresh this, refresh, check in here, and you can see the title is there. We've now got 3 commits. So have a look at those commits. Just change title, and we can see the old in pink and the new in green. The last thing I want to do is host this up on a live site. So we're going to go into the settings for this page, and at the moment the pages or the hosting is disabled. So we want to host the master branch. That scrolls you back to the top. And down here we can see the GitHub address. Just going to copy that so I can open it in a separate page. Let's go here, paste, remove that final dot, and enter. It often takes quite a while to load, so it's not visible yet. Just one more check. Still not visible. So we'll come back. Let's make another change here. Let's call this portfolio demo. Control S or tab. We will upload our local file. So that moment that's portfolio nav. Let's refresh and that becomes portfolio demo. So that's working. Let's go back to Visual Studio again. Home, changes, second change to title, commit all. Actually, I don't want to commit just yet. I want to see if this site is set up. Cross fingers, still not set up. Maybe it's busy over in the States and we cannot see that. Within an hour that will be available. Let's continue here, commit all and sync. Up it goes. There it goes. And try once more. Still not there. Okay, let's check up here. Let's go to our main site there. And we should now have 4 commits. Let's look at that final commit. Second change to the title. We have got the old change and the new change. We can still go back to the first commit if we wish. There, and go back, look at that very first commit, and we can still see the original changes. Okay, final check, and we have got a site. Okay, it is changed. It's got that final change here to demo. I won't go through all the changes again, but if you go through, you change here, you can have a look locally, check that it's okay. When it's okay locally, you can check the changes and upload. If I check now, there are no more changes. And then you can see your site live online, and so can all your friends. Thank you.